The Roman heritage has big and great impact on the life in Pula. The Roman built the amphitheater 2,000 years ago, and we still have it here in Pula. Arena is the 6th biggest amphitheater in the world.
We're now in our tasting room and also our shop, wine shop. And here are most of our wines, like Malvasia, which is a traditional and typical grape from Istria, and also the red grape Teran. So these are the most common and known grapes from Istria.
They live in Hawaii, and she's from Virginia, but yeah, Cincinnati area, Ohio.
So how it happened you came to Istria?
Outlook Festival. We're all going there, so we've been traveling the area for about 2 weeks now. This is the last stop on our journey. We all go home on Mondays, so we're taking a bit of a break now to enjoy the wine and food from this area.
This is the good reason to visit Pula, this beach. The name of the beach is Galebove Stijene, and Pula is located 2.5 hours by car from Ljubljana, around 3 hours from Zagreb. Pula has also an airport, so you can reach it how do you like, in a few hours.
Here we are in Arena in Pula, and tonight there's gonna be a gladiator show.
Gladiators were prisoners. They were private property, but they couldn't be under 1 meter and 70 centimeters tall. In that time, the average Roman was approximately 165 centimeters tall. And they were really very good developed, and they had muscles and all, they had to be handsome. They were today something between boxers and the pilots of Formula 1. They had only 10% chance to die. It was a bad fight, and so all audience, they were crying, no, no, no. They were crying miso, like it was the mercy, or jugula, kill him.
Now we are in the island Brijuni. It is in Croatia, the farthest location of the Roman emperors and Danube wine route. Now we are enjoying the island. It has a open-air zoo. It's a great place where you can spend some leisure time and enjoy the environment, enjoy the culture, enjoy the heritage, and enjoy the sun and the sea.
We are in an archaeological park Andautonia. That is the Roman town from the 1st to the 4th century, and it is today village Šitarevo. We are about 15 kilometers from Zagreb. And that was, in the Roman period, the main town in this area. So it was municipium. We think that the town was about 1 kilometer in direction north-south and about 500 meters east-west. We have one small interpretation center where we organized exhibition with Roman perfumes and different scents. So this kind of smells were very important for the Romans. So they didn't use just perfumes. So they also used perfumes on the clothes and on the body. There are some stories that they also put their perfumes on their pets, for example, on dogs. But they also use different perfumes for the public spaces, so they put it also in some food.
How do you imagine the Romans like?
It depends if you are rich or if you are poor. So for poor people it was not I'm sure it was not easy, but if you are rich then it was much better, so like today.
This is the Roman wine.
Honey and pepper and some leaves.
it would taste awful. We couldn't drink it.
Cheers! Cheers!
So we're right now at Erdut wine region, which is one of the Croatian Danube wine regions. As you can see, we are looking at this fantastic Danube, which is actually confluencing with Drava just a few kilometers down from here. We are at the festival called Wine and Bike Tour Erdut. We're talking about the wine variety that gives its best results in whole Slavonia and in the Danube region as a wine area. It's Graševina. Graševina would be Riesling Italico in its Latin name, Welsh Riesling, Olaš Riesling in Hungarian, and it gives its best results in this part of Croatia.
Maybe just a few words about the production of the wine here in Croatia. So we produce altogether about 60 million liters of the wine per year. Each fourth bottle here in Croatia is Graševina. Then coming Malvasia. Malvasia is about 11% of the total production. Usually I always say that the wine is first 30 seconds. You like it or you don't like it.
In Roman times, this city, under the name of Sopiane, was a really great center, agricultural, cultural, and religious center. This was a tomb originally, built for one family, not only for one person, but it was never used as a tomb.
You love it, huh? What do you think? It's nice,
It's dry and it has a strong taste, you know. You can feel that it's made of grapes, not of sugar and water.
Where are we right now? In the cellar under the earth, where the wine and the rakia living. In this cellar is everything is rakia, from plum, from pear, from apricot or quince. The house is older than 400 years, and it was connected before to a church. They 2 times distill it, and everything is really doing by the hands. First, our rakia from pear, which is, because it's not a regular pear from the orchards, it's one kind of pear which is very old kind, called kaluđerka. And vinjak we making. And third thing, orachovac, it's made from the walnut. what we're making in it, and we're very proud of our Queen's rakia and the apricots as well. So.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Today we are in the Roman Imperial Palace in what was Roman Sirmium, which is the Roman city that is underneath modern Sremska Mitrovica. This is the unusual circumstance of a city that's been in the same location since the 1st century before Christ, so that we have a long history here. So this is an actual building where the emperor ruled the Roman Empire from. In the 4th century, Sirmium was more important than the city of Rome. And in the 4th century, the early part, Constantinople, modern Istanbul, had not been built yet. And so this was a key political and military strategic point in the Roman Empire. This is one of the maybe 10 or 12 places in the whole Roman Empire where the emperor resided with his family, where he had a private residence. And what we are looking at here are probably the private parts of the palace. They're small rooms. They're not big receiving rooms or throne rooms or law court buildings or anything like that. The estimate, the rough estimate here is that maybe this is 1/10 of the original area of the palace. To give you an idea of scale, the circus, which is right in the street, under the street next to the palace here, was over 500 meters long. This is then the type of what historic preservationists today call in situ preservation. We have the original building, the original remains, and for us in the Imperial Palace, the most important artifacts that were found are the remains of the interior decorations, the mosaic pavements. And through the mosaic pavements, at least we can get some idea of the taste of the Roman emperors, perhaps the Roman emperors' wives, in interior decoration. So that's a direct contact with the personalities who lived here.
Now we are in the farm Poroinica of Vievin Vânjumare company. This is a farm of 100 hectares of fetească neagră, a Romanian variety in majority, and a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a very good red wine. Its real potential is increased in this area by the climate that is a Mediterranean one, and by the soil that is very good for red varieties of wine, and by the forest in the neighborhood and the presence of the Danube.
What is your favorite wine here?
Fetească neagră, because it's very tasty and suitable for a large range of food.
imperial palace of Emperor Galerius, who was born right there, and he was son-in-law and co-ruler of Emperor Diocletianus, the founder of the system of ruling, which was called Tetrarchy.
I'm from Germany, area around Düsseldorf, and I'm interested in the culture of other countries, and I'm traveling around.
I think it's very interesting. I've never seen such before. When I was in Roman places, it has been towns. There are no palace and not in the nature. It has been at the street, at the line. I think it's very interesting, and another way of Roman culture we have to see here.
So this was used by Romans. Yeah?
Everything is up to your imagination, because you see, you can see just the foundations, and then you have to make up your own picture. I think that they had interesting lives, difficult lives, but they were also much more connected with the nature, which is obvious because of the materials they used. Important people, powerful people, they were aware of their birthplace, and there was some kind of strong, intensive, even mystical connection. So that's why, for example, Galerius also built the palace on the very spot where he was born. That's the only reason why the palace exists here, why we have this place, this example of royal building from late Roman antique.
We're at the Roman fort of Sexaginta Prista. Sexaginta Prista is actually the antiquity predecessor of the contemporary town of Rusa. This Roman fort is established in the 1st century AD, and it has a very interesting case because the name is technical. It's not derived from natural phenomena like a river, like a hill or something like this. Sexaginta Prista in Latin means 60 ships of the type Pristis. All of the people that are living next to the Danube feel the river as part of their identity in one way or another. You associate with the river. When you hear about the Danube, you usually put your ears into 4 stages to hear what is going on there. So Danube is really more or less an emotion, not actually an understanding.
I'm the first soldier with the glasses.
What happened with those guys?
This is the new army of the new age.
This is Nove from 1st to 3rd century. We are here now. We will come into the complex from the western gate. This is our proudness. This is the Principia, the headquarters of the Legion. And after that structure is a bishop complex. Here was a place from where Romans administrate that area. People were simple. They love to fight, they love to hunt, they don't love when invaders came, but they love to invade.
Multa enim scripsis et queviciosa putavi emendaturis signibus ipse dedi.
Alba Iulia is, from the archaeological point of view, most important site in Romania and the largest.
I'm going to salute you like a proper Roman. Salve. Welcome to Alba Iulia. What it was in ancient time, the Roman city of Apulum. It's a generic name for the fortification of the 13th Gemina region and the two cities that emerged here during those 2 centuries of occupation. So we have to be in this position like this. Ready to advance, but also to retreat. Very fast. You fight like a few minutes, then you change the line. You go behind the lines and another fresh soldier take your place. I'm going to ruin your hairstyle.
And he is okay for Roman, this.
Yeah, like size is okay. Like color too.
And the face also.
The face too. Yeah,
We are now in Romania, in a place called Sarmizegetuza. It is on a halfway between Timișoara, which is there, and Cluj-Napoca, actually, which is there, 180 kilometers to each of the cities, which is actually the entry point of the route, just like we had it in Pula, which was the western point of entrance. Sarmizegetuza and Alba Iulia are the place where you can access the route from the east. So actually, in one point in time in history, the center of power of the Roman Empire wasn't in Rome. It was actually along the Danube. So everybody who is visiting the Roman Empress and Danube wine route, they're actually visiting the place where the Roman Empire was the strongest outside of the Rome.
Because Augustus, first Roman emperor, established a foreign policy for Roman Empire defending on natural border. And this was Rhine River, and in our area was Danube River. And I think Danube is very important, and it's defended by 6 legions. I think all the histories of European Union start with the history of Roman Empire. That standards of living of Romans are on the base of what we live nowadays, with these roads, bridges, aqueducts, heating system, centralized heating system in a Roman house. I think in everything you can see this heritage.
How long we shall cycle?
We're gonna cycle to St. Georgi for 30 kilometers. They say the road is very bad. I think it's gonna be 3 hours.
We are a group of 4 friends, and we come here for to make a fishing.
And when you came?
We came yesterday.
And you've been sleeping here?
Yes. Yes.
And how was it? Mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes, a few. Yeah,
very many.
And fish? Are there any fish? And
what do you think? Do we have fish here or no?
Yes.
Yeah. I will show you one fish. The little one.
The little one, okay.
Like it?
Yeah. How it happened? When?
Yesterday, 10 p.m.
So was it difficult to take her out?
Yes, it was a thrill of 15 minutes. Yes, it's hard to take out a fish like this.
So it was a thriller, yeah?
Yes.